What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're with me, Eugene Tay and Belinda Cho.
Hello.
You're watching us on Rock the Block Live. Belinda Cho is from this project called D-Rap. Sounds like a rap music or but D-Rap is a proof of reputation protocol, and they intend to solve the major problem of user acquisition and scalability, especially in this digital age where reputation is very important, right? So with me here today, Belinda is going to share with me on the importance of D-Rap and how it's going to be a game changer in the industry. So over to you.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So I run a very quick introduction of myself and then my project.
Sure.
Yeah. So I previously worked in Dubai Tourism and Emirates Airlines as a strategic consultant, and afterwards, because Dubai is a very supportive place for blockchain technology, every organization and government institutions are looking for this technology to find ways for their innovation. And later on, I met Momo and Xiaolong, and then they asked me to join DRAP and then start this revolutionary project. Yeah, so what DRAP wants to solve, mainly two pain points. One is the lack of massive user adoption in both blockchain space and beyond. And the second pain point we want to solve is this limitation in scalability.
And for those of you who's not familiar with the name like Matt and Xiaolong, Matt is from Google X and Xiaolong is from Quantum.
Yeah, yeah.
And Quantum came out sometime last year to a lot of hype, and they're doing a pretty good job in the market right now. Yeah, I think going on to the next version, releasing more
Virtual machine,
yeah.
x86.
So having two brains coming down together to form D-Rap, inviting you on board, that must be quite a feat.
Yeah.
How's it been for you since then? I mean, what's life like?
Very busy. They say crypto never sleeps. Yeah. I think I'm very privileged to be in this team because Matt is an expert in distributed systems. He worked in both Assenger and YouTube, and also one of our core developer, Eric Chow. He's from IT. Also, it's a Chinese version of YouTube actually, and. Xiaolong, because he was the lead developer in Quantum, and he also built like quantum chain from scratch. So he's really a veteran in this space. So working with them, I feel like I'm also become kind of techie because like they always we have a book corner of all those blockchain publications, and they say you need to also read those to understand. And then when you do BD, people will be more confident about your products and technology.
And since you are doing BD, the reason why I got you on the show instead of the rest of them, because for our viewers, sometimes going all the way tech, we don't really understand. We kind of get a glimpse of it. We feel it's important, it sounds important. If you read the website and the white paper, it's quite technical, even on the first page. Honestly, I tried reading it a couple of times. I get some inclination of it, and if I would dare to admit that I don't really know most of it, it just sounds really important. So maybe you can give it to us in your biz dev way. How does this proof of reputation work?
Yeah, so what we are building is actually like a combination of a DRAP chain, which stores the reputation data, and the reputation protocol, which has reputation quantifying, reputation monetizing, and upvote, downvote. But when I'm talking with platforms like traditional internet platforms or enterprises, they don't understand blockchain technology. So I don't talk into that detail. But I'm trying to understand their pain points. So what kind of problems they want to solve, and then provide solutions accordingly.
See, the best kind of user acquisition today as a use case of blockchain that I see in the market is if the end user don't really know it's on a blockchain.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
have to explain to them. It's good.
So what we want to do is to have blockchain technology entering people's daily life frictionlessly, as frictionlessly as possible. It's like I don't understand how the internet works, or the technology behind it, but I'm benefiting from this technology. Like all of us are spending our time on the internet every day. So what we envision for our DRAP is that because we are partnering with like internet platforms, so the internet platforms you see today, like e-commerce platforms, social networking platforms, or the debating platforms we incubate, they already have a user base and their own like ways of operation. And what we do is to put a plugin or API so that it's very light and it doesn't interfere with their current model of operation. And what we want to do is to build a reputation connector around it. Yeah.
So for the users like you and I watching this, we don't really care, or we don't have to care about the reputation portion of the social media platform or any of the internet platforms that we are on, primarily because DRAP or DRAP, I like DRAP, sounds like music, right? Like DRAP will create the algorithm, package it behind the scenes so that everything you do on the platform is recorded and crunched down into a single result. So you and I won't really get to feel or get to interact with the algorithm at all, right?
True, but why do you say people don't care about their reputation?
Oh, no, I would say that not that people don't care about the reputation.
Yeah, okay.
We care about our reputation a lot, right?
Yeah,
And,
I mean,
this brings me to my next question. Because people care about their reputation so much, there's a lot of fake news online, people buying likes, people buying followers, influencers, gaming the system by growth hacking their viewership base.
yeah.
As an
How does
algorithm
DRAP?
for DRAP, right? Or DRAP handles the back end portion, but how do you maintain the hygiene of what comes into your system?
Yes. So actually, several questions there, and I thanks for like summarizing. Yes, so we only track one reputation. So all the like algorithms will help with the generation of one reputation value from one platform. So that's what we store on DRAP chain. And yes, so there are people who will try to game the system, and nowadays we call them fake army on the internet platforms. Like you buy followers, and there are like proliferation of fake news. So what we're doing with the decentralized reputation ecosystem is that we improve the connectivity around it, and we have a DRAP ID. So the DRAP ID, you will have a mirror account in all the the apps, all the internet platforms that are in our ecosystem. So you can only get like reputation value and reputation token once you bind your accounts on the internet platform and the DRAP ID. If you unbind it, then you cannot receive the economic incentive. So you can only have one account. If you have multiple accounts, then it doesn't work. So that eliminates the fake accounts and bots. And also, we will have third-party KYC. So for asset sharing platforms, then they can do KYC within the ecosystem instead of going to third parties.
So thanks for sharing about DRAP. But what I want to find out now is your opinion on the current practices in the market, right? You're in the blockchain scene, you are leading the charge, you go on tour, and you probably have access and you see a lot of projects out there. How does that compare? I mean, how do you feel this right now with all these projects like FOMO 3D and all these other projects coming up? They are not really solving any main problem, but they are just using people either by fear of missing out or to mislead people into putting in money. So a lot of this is about reputation. And you're in the business of reputation. Personally, how do you see it?
So first of all, I don't trade, and I didn't play the game at all. And I think like it's more like a self-entertaining within the blockchain industry itself. And I personally think it's meaningless, waste of time and boring. So usually when I do BD, I interact a lot with like traditional internet platforms and really try to solve their pain points and be like have this technology really go into commercial deployment and useful utility instead of simply having fun in this space and also creating hypes and then like pump and dump. I personally think it's very unhealthy, and it's creating sadness for people who lose a lot of money. I personally think it's really, really sad. And so with the regulation, I personally think that I agree with the Chinese ban in ICO because people are not educated enough to make a smart decision. So now like they want to ban this first before regulation comes out. And also, you don't know what projects are doing with their money.
Yeah.
Like so, there must be some auditing or regulatory bodies to see where you're using this money. The usage funds. Otherwise, I feel like this space will be screwed eventually.
Yeah, you're already feeling it right now, right? With the crypto winter, and you no longer have trust in this. You're from China?
Yeah, I'm from China.
And I went to China last year, and I was quite appalled with the amount of projects that is just raised on white paper. Is that still a trend right there? How is the culture like? Because although we say that there's a ban in China,
but those projects are
there's a lot of projects from China, right?
Yeah, actually, I think from the development side, Chinese developers are very good because I also talk with like developers and understand what they're doing and what they want to build, and they also explain this technology to me, and that's really like something you can feel, and it was like, oh, this technology is actually very useful. But when I talk with like, I don't know, projects in other places, then I don't feel like they know what they're building. So in this regard, I think it's very strong with the technology. As for the teams, when people do investment, they need to check like, how do I put it? When you see a project is like very well advertised or like very professional, but you need to see if there is a streamlining work behind that. So no comment.
Usually they have a very nice website, maybe a nice white paper, and that's about it, right?
Yes, and also like if you look, I personally have experienced a project which is like so good. I talk with most of the members. It's a foreign project, but their website doesn't look good, and they don't have like lots of marketing. But that doesn't mean the project is not good. They just like maybe
bad marketing.
That's it. But what they are doing is actually solving problems, but like the marketing is not there. So there must be a good combination. Also, people need to see what's behind the scenes. So if you want to invest in a project, better to understand the team properly.
You know, that's a very good point you brought up, Belinda, because that's really what I do here at Rock the Block. One of the reasons, the driving goal that really pushes us to talk to people like you and bringing all these projects on the forefront, there is this big...
Bring the authenticity.
Authentic projects need to come out to the front to be heard, because there's a lot of noise in the industry, and good projects just don't get heard. And legit investors, people who like this project, don't know, because what makes the news is not good projects. What makes the news is the scam, the hacks, or the funny projects that don't really deserve the limelight is getting the limelight. And good projects like yours, just only a very small group of people know about it. So we want to bring this out to the masses and share this good info. Also, the other thing is, as a business developer, you meet a lot of people in the industry who don't quite know the blockchain, and you have to do the hard work, the grinding work to actually convince them and educate them. What are some of the funniest things you've heard about your project?
I really agree that so in blockchain space, it's not really about having the coolest projects or hypes project. So I remember one time I was talking with an internet platform in Dubai, because previously I was based in Dubai, and there was the owner of the platform, Convoy. It's like basically a e-commerce platform or a delivery platform in United Arab Emirates. And he is a Muslim and has never heard of this blockchain technology before. And when I told him about tokenomics and also like tamper-proof, immutability, and he was so baffled. He was like, that sounds cool, but I don't know like how this can benefit my platform. And then he brought me to Shisha and was chatting with me like, how can I like raise more money out of this? Like, because the combination of a cool technology will apparently raise the valuation of my project. I was like, it depends, but like you need to tell me what kind of problems you want to solve. And then he sent me like his business plan for the future years, and I saw like one aim that he has is actually like use digital currencies within the ecosystem. So I was like, then this is one of the pain points that we can help you, because basically with the cryptocurrencies, it's also a payment instrument within the network. And if you use like the payment instruments, the DREP tokens within your ecosystem, then you can also like have this utility running in other dApps in the ecosystem. Then the versatility of your digital currencies will be used in elsewhere. So then like, people will value the money you use in this platform. And also you can encourage more merchants and users to use this, because you can provide a rewarding pool, and by having desirable internet behaviors on your platform, they can get rewards from that.
I like the desirable internet behavior. Will this platform really govern people? Because it is still at the end of it an incentive. It's it's an algorithm, a protocol, but it's still based on an incentive. People will want the token.
Yeah, it's the idea of like attention tokens.
Correct.
So when people do something that the platform likes, then we reward them. So it's a bit like Steemit, like you provide incentive for people who do things.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of competitors in the space to go up against DREP, but there have been some proof of reputation kind of projects around. I like Steemit. You brought up Steemit. I like the proof of brain, or is it proof of creativity? So I think proof of brain, right? And they actually incentivize people to do good things,
Great.
and then they split the profit. That's easy to understand enough, because it's almost immediate gratification. For DREP, there is a DREP or
It's
DREP
relatively massive.
user protocol, a user profile. When I go up there, and I can see everything that's
Yeah, your reputation portfolio on different platforms.
it's,
Yeah. So it's very comprehensive. So I have been asked this question a lot. Like, do you have competitors like Ink Protocol, Hub Token? But actually, we're relatively different, because what we want to do is to connect with the traditional platforms, so that we can tokenize their native reputation system. For us, for example, it's more like HugHug is one of our dApps running in Australia, and it's basically like you enter the app one day and you saw, you can actually get the reputation value and reputation token, and there's like a reputation wallet there. And then when you have the user acquisition, and you will receive, for example, token rewards from other platforms if you enter their platform and become their user. So it's very seamlessly and frictionlessly.
See, that's what I love about DREP, because in what you mentioned, it's seamless, it's frictionless, it's effortless. When I say that people don't care about the reputation, because you don't even have to know, you just wake up one morning doing the same thing you do on the platform that you're already on, with DREP running on the back end, and then you just get paid. You get tokens, right? You get tokens for doing what you've already been doing all along. So it is whatever site you're on, either e-commerce, social media, you have your
All
own,
types of platforms.
Yeah, all types. You have your own internal reputation system within that ecosystem. So DREP comes from behind and tokenize that system and award you based on
Your platform behavior. Yeah.
And all your data is being pushed out to a DREP profile, user profile page, where it's almost like LinkedIn, right? If I want to check out on this social media or influencer's reputation, or this seller's reputation, I go to DREP, I click on his name, and I see, okay. Because you could fake it on one site, right? But if you have a collection of 5 different platforms that collate your reputation, it's harder to pull off a bluff of that level. So if I find that the aggregated score of this person's reputation on 10 websites is 4.9 upon 5, I know this guy is real. Am I right?
Exactly. Yes,
Kind of summarize
that's the point. Yeah. So one point though, like then the user can decide if this is readable or not, because user privacy is important.
Yeah.
And with that, we can also do social credit rating, because what you can, like when you do loan or insurance, the material you can use offline is limited, land registration, but your online footprint, all the data is not utilized yet. So what we want to do, because as a new generation, we spend more time than our parents on the internet,
right,
and all this like reputation data are not like fully utilized yet. And what we want to do is like also have that purpose ready, like social credit rating. So if you go to a loan or insurance company and take out loans, then this can be one of the parameters they can see is say I'm an actual person on the internet platform, all kind of internet platforms, and I won't just like run away.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's your proof of reputation, right? You've been almost so many years. Your digital footprint is all there. Now, there's something that you just launched, something debate.
Blockbait.
Blockbait.
Yeah.
That is a debating platform. See, I got it mixed up. Tell us more about that one. It's where people can go there and throw out ideas and get points for debating.
Yeah, so Blockbait is actually an MVP that we have, minimum viable product. So we want to use Blockbait to let people understand how the plugins or APIs, the reputation protocol works. Because we have like tokenized user system and also upvote downvote, staked upvote downvote mechanism, and also reputation quantifying monetizing mechanism in Blockbait. So people can virtually feel how the plugins and APIs will work on their platforms.
Okay, so it's almost like a showroom. If I don't know what,
it's a proof of concept. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually we have finished our usability test and has received quite a lot of good feedbacks from the community.
Since you mentioned community, I think it's a good time to segue now into what community really wants to know. Remember offline we talk about the kind of comments we get on Telegram and on main questions. So when Moon, when Lambo, when token unlock?
Good question. We will wait until a favorable market condition so that it's in the interest of everyone, including like our dearest communities.
and therein lies you guys who are the main problem, the cancer of freaking society. Because on one hand, you want us to release the token early, and when the price drops, you complain. If we don't release the token early and we hold off for a favorable time, you complain. So there is no
so
winning.
difficult to satisfy, no?
And I bet you this is the major questions I'm going to get on my Telegram group is which exchange would Drag be on? Where is the listing? Which exchange? I'm sure you get this a lot.
Yeah,
What do you reply to that?
So due to NDA reasons, we cannot disclose that, but we will have the announcement coming soon.
Any hints? I mean, NDA and all that. I mean, looking at Binance, Huobi, Bittrex. These are the major ones that people are talking about.
Yeah, people say no Binance, no CoinDesk, I will die.
Yeah, I really don't care so much for those questions because it's one of those, right? It's one of those.
The community is always very entertaining.
I got a feeling sometimes, even when I do it, I would just ask a question because I think it's funny, just to see how how you guys would answer.
Yeah.
Anyway, we come to the end of the interview. Thank you for coming down here, popping by Singapore.
Thank you for the invite.
It's amazing. Today is Saturday. We're supposed to be out there just shopping. You're flying off.
No, the crypto never has weekends.
That's so true. Now you got 30 seconds to look into the camera and tell your community whatever you want to talk to them about. So.
Okay. Yeah. So hi everyone. So very happy today that I'm invited here, and since the market is quite bearish now, I really sincerely hope everyone can take a step back and enjoying like work-life balance, because in crypto space it's kind of it sucks you in and it's kind of toxic sometimes. So take a minute to look around you and your family, your life, and the nature, and do not be hasty in investment. Take the time to investigate in a project and really try to understand the technology. If you believe in this technology, then try to learn more from that instead of chasing the hype. And be careful with your investment. Since Strap is a reputation-based project, so what we want to do is to push forward a more engaging, high-quality internet community. So be careful with your online footprint and do what's responsible to you, because you will be held accountable for that.
Wow. Linda, you are a natural on camera. This is all not planned. It sounded so smooth. And I'm going to take your advice and have a good work-life balance despite crypto not having any break.
No.
I go out with my family today. They're actually waiting in the lobby for me. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
interview.
Thank you.
I hope to see you again and maybe either at some of the events around the world.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Back in Singapore. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Right. And that's
Thank
all the
you.
time we have for you. This is with Belinda Cho with me here from DREP. You're watching us on Rock the Block Live. I'll see you guys next week.